fair ball. What a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! Great play from Peter McNeil. A shot! Zach Hall, what a play! Oh, a moonshot! Oh, he robbed it! What a catch! What a catch! Coming home. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's advancing home. I don't know if I like it. Oh! Down. He got him. Oh my God! He crossed the leg before he was there. That's a fair ball. Jacob, what a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! Play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil. A shot! Zach Hall, what a play! Oh, a moonshot! Oh, he robbed it! What a catch! What a catch! It crossed the leg before he was there.
In play, that's a fair ball. Jacob, what a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. In play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's out. George Rice heads out to Trey Clutton. And that's a shot. Zach Hall, what a play!
Oh, a moonshot. Oh, he robbed it. What a catch. What a catch.
Here's coming home. And he gets it. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's advancing home. I don't know if I like it. Oh! Down! He got him. Oh my God! It crossed the leg before he was there.
In play, that's a fair ball. Jacob, what a play from Jacob. In play, that's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. George Rice heads out. Trey Clutton. Right. Puts it over to first and still gets Alex Gardner.
Cross, get out, ball later!
And he Fancy home, I don't know if I like it. Oh, down! He got him! He crossed the leg before he was there.
Steps on second, floats over the first. He actually did it! That's a rock up!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip throws to Buckles. Walk off. He sees it.
Crot, get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here. Walk off home run, Jay Ball. That ball's in play. Going back, he McKay. Akatona's playhouse makes the grab. He's running third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Push it over to first. I don't know if I like it. As that ball is absolutely tattooed. And what a roll! What a roll from Team McKay.
Now we'll do it the Nighthawks are the 2023 AWA champions.
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AWA Wiffle Ball 2024 action between the Metropolitan Mojo and Atlantic Aces. We got a good matchup today. Both teams above 500. Mojo and Aces are two of the hottest teams in the AWA right now. I'm Jack Blayhouse, joined shortly by Shane Hansen. We're actually going to send it down to Molly Foley, who has Austin Whitehouse. Molly, take it away.
Thanks, Jack. What's up, followers? Hey, everyone. It's Molly Foley reporting from the sideline, welcoming you all to our Wednesday night Wiffle Ball. Today's matchup is the Metropolitan Mojo against the Aces, who are currently leading the Wiffle Ball world. So I'm joined now with Austin Whitehouse, second baseman of the Mojo. Austin, how are you guys going to respond to tonight's tough matchup?
I think we just really got to throw the ball well, keep them in the ballpark. They can really hit the ball out of here. So limit that, throw strikes, and make outs in the field.
Now, speaking of pitching tonight for the Mojo, it sounds like there might be a few shifts in the lineup or a few key players that are missing. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, Tommy Tickets is usually our Game 3 guy, and he seems to be out tonight. So looks like we need to have a bullpen game and step up for our team big.
All right, well, looking forward to see it tonight. Austin, thanks so much, and I'll send it back up to Jack in the booth to get us started.
Thank you, Molly, for that. Let's take a look at the starting lineups.
Dominic DeMero, University of Hawaii. Go Bows.
Trevor May, Kelso High School.
Austin Whitehouse, Sherwood Elementary.
Alex Hatch, University of Hawaii at Manoa.
Houston Schmutz, St. Mary Magdalene Parish.
That's your Mojo squad. Tommy Tickets, like you heard in the interview, he's not here today. And then Trevor May will not be here, traveling back from New York after his ESPN2 segment. So pretty crazy stuff right there. Let's take a look at the Atlantic Aces starting lineup.
Aaron Schofield, Washington State University.
Moses Valadez, Go Wave.
Morgan Granich, Northwest Guatemalan High School.
Dylan Carroll, Lil Man, Big Dreams.
Jack Scholl, Maplewood Elementary.
Kanoa Jandok, University of Washington.
And the story right there is no Jack Scholl, no Kanoa Jandok. That's kind of been a trend we've noticing recently. So they got their four best players in right now. And this Aces team, the offense is, we're looking at historic numbers. They got four batters in the top 8 home runs, 3 in the average, 3 in RBI. So we'll look to see if they can continue that hot streak. Let's take a look at the weather from Joe.
Good evening. This is Joe Acord from the AWA Weather Center. All right, I missed it on Monday, so what happened? Looks like a big old burst of low-level moisture came across the water later than I expected. I missed it. Okay, tonight, no rain, but Take a look at that. Clouds over there to the left. Don't worry about those. Hopefully. But now look at the wind. That's going to be a factor tonight. Balls might be flying out right center field a little bit more, with a little bit more carry. So everybody have a great night. Remember, dingers or nothing.
Appreciate that, Joe. And here's to hoping we don't get a little more rain in mid-July. Don't love to see that here in Edmonds, Washington. We're about ready to start as Dominic DeMuro just showed up. So we've got both lineups in, and we are going to be underway shortly. So here we go, getting ready to start game number 1. Dominic DeMuro will lead it off for the Metropolitan Mojo. There's a little bit of a ball issue here. We'll make do what we have. So looking at Moses Valdez, ERA is a little bit higher than you want it to be at, but with this Aces offense, you don't really need an elite starting pitcher. No offense to Moses. I mean, that's still some pretty good numbers, but they've been putting up 5 to 6 runs consistently every game, so that 3.88 ERA doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, you got one of the most stacked offenses with these guys. With, I think they have, what, 3 players on the home run leaderboard, so.
4.
4.
And all 4 are here today, so.
Even better.
Good luck. First pitch right down the middle for Moses Valdez. It's always tough. Dominic DeMuro just rolling out of the car right here at 6, so no warm-up. Might take a little more pitches, but Dominic DeMuro started a little bit slow this season. He's getting his numbers back to where we were a year ago. Now looking at a 3-1 count. As that's a hard hit ball down the line, Aaron Schofield knocks it down, so that'll be a single for Dominic DeMuro. He's off to a great start. This Mojo team has really relied on Dominic DeMuro, and they've really just needed some help offensively, and that's what they got right here in Houston Schmutz. Moses Valdez starts him off with a strike right down the middle, 0-1. It's a hard hit ball to Aaron Schofield. Makes the play, throws over. They don't get the double play, but that's a great play from the Gold Glove fielder there, Aaron Schofield.
Aaron keeps showing why he's one of the best defenders in the league with plays like that.
And a lot of plays like that you just assume are going to be made when they're hit over to Aaron, but they're not as easy as it looks, especially with the velo those balls are moving at, and they're not always hit on a line. There's a lot of movement on them, so it's much more difficult than Aaron makes it look.
He has to do a little juggling act there.
Austin Whitehouse steps in, trying to get that average back over the Mendoza line. It doesn't go there. Full count. Got him, strike 3, and that'll be the first out, or the second out of the inning, sorry, for Moses Valdez and the Cyclones' first strikeout of the day. Now the sub here, Carson Corcoran steps in. Played in the league about 2 years ago. He's making his triumphant debut once again. See how many swings he takes in his first at-bat. Definitely takes a little bit of time to get used to it.
Yeah, I've tried it a few times in batting practice, and it is tough to get used to.
There's usually a 1 or 2 game grace period for wiffle ball debuts once they start kind of figuring it out. Does well there, fights it off, remains 2-2.
But yeah, being patient up there and taking a few hacks, staying in the at bat.
The 2-2. Got him, strike 3, looking for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 1st, score remains 0-0. So here we go. Aaron Schofield will lead it off. Dominic DeMiro on the mound. And Aaron Schofield has had a prolific season. We're looking at Dominic DeMiro's pitching right now. It's pretty similar to Moses Valdez.
Very similar, actually.
He started off really rough, and his ERA has plummeted over the last few weeks. So getting it back into form. Aaron Schofield this year hitting .447 with 12 home runs, 34 RBIs. He's trying to chase Mark Campanero right now, who's the front runner for Silver Slugger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ball 1. Aaron Schofield fouls that back, and he's one of the hardest swinging hitters in the league. Looks like he's going to swing out of his shoes every time.
He's got that dingers or nothing mentality.
That's what we like to see. Two and 1 count. Three and 1. Aces are the home team here. Off his foot, so it'll be foul now. Full count to Aaron Schofield. Full.
Even though he does swing hard, he is a very patient hitter. He'll really wait for his pitch that he'll rip over to the left.
That ball is in play, and right as you say it, he hits it into right field. Curse of the announcer, but that'll be a nice play there from Houston Schmutz. Yeah, a very rare hit ball into right field there from Aaron Schofield. He hit it hard. And now Dylan Carroll steps in. Dylan's been out for a couple of weeks, but he's back here today. Looks at a first pitch strike, and it's not an easy matchup here. One of the rare lefty-lefty matchups. Nice slider there, 0-2. Dylan Carroll, 7th in the league in home runs with 8 home runs.
It's especially tough, because Dominic, he goes so far outside when he throws. It's just, I imagine for a lefty in the box, it'd be difficult to see it.
He definitely leans on deceptiveness over pure stuff as far as wiffle ball pitches go.
Well,
1-2 count. to Dylan Carroll.
Seems to work out okay for him most of the time.
Just inside, evens the count 2-2, and really the test here today is how can Dominic mitigate these aces hitters? As that ball is going back, and that's out of here. Just on cue, Dylan Carroll hits his 9th home run of the year, continues to move up that leaderboard. Dylan Carroll's looking like the steal of the 2024 draft. 9th overall pick.
Yeah, he can be a bit of a streaky hitter at times, but when he gets hot, there's very few hitters as good as Dylan Carroll.
That's true, especially from the left side. The left side, the good thing about the left side is if you get it in the air, the chances of a home run is way higher than a righty.
Yeah.
But the righty's got, if you hit it on the ground, they can beat it out for a single. Usually when you hit it on the ground as a lefty, it's a tough run over there to first. Usually the first baseman gets it, can step on the bag. So that's why you see a lot of lefties with more home runs, lower average, and righties with higher average, lower home runs.
Such as Thomas Playhouse.
Yeah. That is a nice first pitch, and no one in the league is a hotter hitter right now than Morgan Granich. Morgan hit, count him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 home runs last week. He was
That's
doing,
just unreal.
Yeah, he was doing okay leading into the week, and he's really just put himself in the Silver Slugger conversation. So 1-2 here now to Morgan Granich. Lays off the high slider. 2-2. Full count to Morgan Granich, and all the aces said pregame they're trying to do is catch Mark Campanero. He's got 15 home runs. Didn't hit a home run yesterday. Morgan Granich will walk there to get, the home run, but technically the first runner on base of today. Moses Valdez steps in, having a nice season as well. Leads the team in RBIs with 36. 9 home runs. Dylan Carroll just tied him in a .368 average. There's no weak spots in this lineup. Kind of a rare occurrence in the league, as that goes off the hands of the Carson, making his debut this year. So that's tough right there.
Yeah, it's a tough play to make over at third there.
Now Aaron Schofield steps right back in with 1 out, runners on first and second. That'll hit Aaron right there on the foot. 1-0. Thought about it. That's one of the slower pitches you'll see in this league. Whoa. Okay.
Interesting cut there.
I think you might have to leave after that. All right, Aaron, that's it. You have to leave. Yeah. That's in play down the line. Carson will knock it down, can't make the play, and everyone is safe. So a tough spot there for the rookie, and they're going to swap positions.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse for the Mojo, really. I mean, if it gets past him, who knows? Morgan Granich over there, he probably rounds third and scores. So,
you know, I thought it was a little interesting they put the rookie, as that ball's hit hard over the head of the first baseman, and Dylan Carroll's on a tear there. Pitch that almost was out as well, but he'll get an RBI single. So 2-0 is the score. Once again, we see this Aces lineup really just turning it on early. And now Morgan Granich steps in. Makes you think, going back to last year, how did this team not get farther than they did in the postseason? They're just pretending to be bad So when the next year rolled around, they'd just be dominating. But then again, a little bit of a slow start this year. They've finally turned it on, and they finally have the first place position in the league, and in a league that has more parity than ever.
Well, you know, they started, I believe, 8-1 last year, so you know things were going well, and then of course they lost Moses for about 6 weeks there, which really just put a damper on things.
Yeah, you got to have starting pitching in this league. That's the number one thing. Got him, strike 3. So a great job there from Dominic DeMiro to battle back after a 3-1 count. Now Moses Valdez will step in, trying to be the second player to get to 40 RBIs in the AWA this year. He could do that with a grand slam. This is the second to last game of week number 8. Final game of week 8 will be on Monday, and then after that, just 2 more weeks of wiffle ball in the regular season after the All-Star break in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Man, it's going quick.
Will appeal.
No.
He did not go. So 1-1 count. Does go there, 1-2. And a ball misses just outside. 2-2 count now to Moses Valdez here in the bottom of the first. Got him, strike 3, and that'll end the bottom of the first inning, but the Aces tack on 2. We're into the top of the second. Mojo need to put some runs on the board. So here we are, getting ready to start the top of the second inning. Dominic DeMiro will lead it off. Dominic looks at a first pitch. Never mind. Fast on the first pitch. He had a single in his first plate appearance. After a speed check, it'll be 1-0. 2-0 count. Dominic, the starting pitcher, threw a total of 36 pitches in that first inning. Seems like a lot, but that's right around the typical inning, honestly, in wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Right around 30. 2-2 count to Dominic DeMiro here. That's inside. Full count now to Dominic DeMiro. Fouls it off. And look at the 7th pitch of this at bat. That'll be high, and Dominic DeMiro is on base via a walk. And now Houston Schmutz will step in.
I don't think the riser's supposed to rise that much.
Yeah. Houston Schmutz hitting .319 with 4 home runs, 26 RBIs as he looks at 2 straight balls. And this Mojo team's going to have to be patient with Moses if they want to get some runners on. Where he's ran into trouble in the past, it's via the walk. That ball is popped up to Dylan Carroll, and he can't make the play. Lands foul. So that ball looked like it was tailing back in, but it landed foul by probably 3 inches. Dylan Carroll
was pretty close.
Thought he was able to make the play, but it just kind of moved on him there. So 2-2 count. Does not go now full to Houston Schmutz.
It's tough when it's hit that high like that because these balls move so much, it's hard to track it.
Just like that, Houston Schmutz is aboard via the walk. And now Austin Whitehouse will step in looking for redemption after striking out in the first inning. First pitch swinging, 0-1. Austin Whitehouse in a bit of a swing mode. Layoff there, 1-2 count. That's in play to Moses Valdez. He'll get the out at first, but a productive out. It moves both runners. Now a big spot here for the rookie Karsten Kokorin. Yeah. That ball is hit well, going back. Aaron Schofield makes the catch, and Dominic wisely does not go. There's some few fielders in the league that you don't run on, and Aaron Schofield is one of them. So both runners will hold, just not deep enough to record a sac fly. Now Dominic DeMuro will step in, trying to get some runners in with 2 outs here in the top of the second. That's in play. Aaron Schofield hits him for the out. He didn't have to go. He challenged him, and he paid. Aaron Schofield with a great play right there to end the top of the second. We head to the bottom. 2-0 still. The Aces lead it. Aaron Schofield will lead it off for the Aces. 1 for 2 with a fly out and a single here. Definitely trying to get some more home runs on this Aces roster. That is a nasty pitch. Top of the zone, almost unhittable for strike 1.
Hits the laptop up here.
That's in play just to Dominic DeMuro, and he steps on first for the out. Could have been a dangerous play there, but he is able to come over and make the play. Nice job there from Dominic to regroup after initially bobbling it for the first out.
Yeah, it was a great second effort there. And you don't see too many players in the league with who play as hard as Dominic, and you know he's definitely not going to give up.
Yeah, definitely one of the more competitive players in this league. And hey, the most competitive players, Dominic DeMuro, Mark Campagnaro, they're consistently at the top of the leaderboards in stats. So, definitely helps them. 2-0. Goes with a little bit of an eephus there to Dylan Carroll. 3-0. Does a little Soto shuffle. That will miss for a 4-pitch walk to Dylan Carroll, and Dylan Carroll's been tough to get out today. So much for the lefty-lefty matchup.
Yeah, he's contributing on offense in all sorts of ways. Home runs, walks.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get the rare wiffle ball triple.
Yeah, that is hard to do.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, usually if there is a triple in the books, usually it's a scoring error. Usually it's a double with an error. But the only way you could really get a triple, I'd say, is if you hit it off a tree and it bounces crazy.
Or if you had speed like Aaron Schofield.
He definitely needs speed no matter what to get it here specifically. 1-1 count to Morgan Granich. Takes a ball upside. 2-1. That ball is going back, and Morgan Granich continues his hot streak. That'll be his 13th home run of the year. to add 2 more runs to the Aces total, and good luck trying to stop Morgan Granich. That ball was destroyed.
Yeah, that was absolutely crushed. I mean, there was no doubt about it. Might have ended up in the neighbor's yard.
And you know, 2 weeks ago, you think there's no chances. He does go there. You think there's no chance Morgan Granich would be able to kind of climb the Silver Slugger leaderboard. Mark looked like he was running away with it. 2 weeks later, Morgan Granich has a serious chance to take down Mark Campanero for Silver Slugger if he keeps hitting like this.
Zane Phillips is another guy to keep
Zane
in mind in that
Phillips.
conversation.
So that is fouled out of play. Morgan Granich is already up to 442 average, 37 RBIs, 13 home runs. Whew. Currently second in the league in RBIs, third in home runs. Just high, so 2-2 count. Got him, strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning for Dominic DeMiro and the Mojo. We're just trying to figure out a way to mitigate this Aces lineup. Almost an impossible task as teams over the last 3 weeks have seen. Aaron Schofield steps in, hits that in the air, and Dominic DeMiro will make the play. So they get out of the inning, but not after a 2-run shot from Morgan Granich. We head to the top of the third. Aces looking to close out game 1. So here we go. Houston Schmutz will step in. Looks at ball 1. Fouls it out of play. 1-2 the count here to Houston Schmutz. Does well to lay off of it. 2-2 count. Got him, strike 3, and that is a nice pitch there from Moses Valadez. Now the Mojo are down to their last 2 outs. Austin Whitehouse steps in, trying to keep a rally going. Moses Valadez got sun in his eyes. We'll see if that affects him here. That is going foul. Had a lot of spin on it. You never know with those going down the line. 0-2 count here to Austin Whitehouse. Does not go. There's Moses Valadez with his signature stepping like 3 feet outside of the pitching mound. That ball is going back off the top of the wall. And Austin Whitehouse is aboard via a single. So nice piece of hitting right there to keep this rally going. Carson Corcoran will step in.
Yeah, I mean, singles, not much, but, you know, when you need to get 4 runs, it helps just to stack it up.
Yeah, just get one batter on at a time. That's all you can do. Solo home runs won't do it. Carson flew out in his last appearance. So he's getting it in play. Now looks at 3 balls in a row. We'll see if he's got the green light here. Didn't take the bat off his shoulder there. 3-1. And Moses Valdez is battling back now. Full count. Sideline reporter's already getting ready, so wonder if that'll jinx anything.
Well, now that you mentioned it, it might. The announcer's jinxing all.
Yeah. Got him, strike 3, and he battled back after being down 3-0. Great piece of pitching right there from Moses Valdez. And now it comes down to Dominic DeMiro to keep this rally alive. Trying to cut this lead in half right here. Nasty pitch inside, kisses the zone. 0-1.
I don't know how you hit that.
I really don't know. And he battles back there. 0-2. Some nice bat speed. Yeah, 102. Caught him. Strike 3 on 3 pitches. And the Aces will take game 1 in convincing fashion. They didn't even have to go to the bottom of the 3rd. And with that, we're going to get the lineups ready for game 2. That game was over in a hurry. We're going to send it down to Molly Foley, who's got the game 1 hero, Morgan Granich. Molly, take it away.
First matchup.
Well, it was a pretty quick game there. Not in normal fashion, but we'll take it. I think Moses was throwing quite a few strikes and just filling it up, and then we hit a really tough pitcher, and just got rolling and held him there at the end.
Now, the Aces are on top of the Wiffle Ball League right now and facing a bit of pressure as people try to catch up. How are the Aces right now going to continue the momentum now in our remaining 2 games tonight?
Well, I like to say pressure makes diamonds. So, we're gonna take the pressure and roll with it, and we're just gonna keep playing our game, hitting balls out, and filling it up on defense. So.
All right, looking forward to it so much, and good luck.
Thank you.
We'll send it up to Jack at the booth to get started for game 2.
Thank you, Molly. Nice job. And we are all set to start game 2 after a quick game 1. Aaron Schofield will lead it off. Aaron home runless in that first game, but he did knock together a couple of singles.
I'm sure he's looking to change that.
Yeah, singles are, decent, but home runs get the people fired up. Yeah. There's a lot of ore going on right now. 2-1 count to Aaron Schofield, one of the best leadoff hitters in the AWA. He'll be in Rock Hill, South Carolina on ESPN2 in about a week. 3-1. He's had a couple of swings like that. Makes the count full. No one in the league swings harder than Aaron Schofield. That'll be a walk. So just looking at the graphic right there, that's a reminder that Friday, August 2nd, next week, we will have the AWA All-Star Game on ESPN2 at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Second time we've done it. We didn't go last year. We'll be back for the second time. Hopefully it's not 95 degrees like it was at 9 a.m. last year. It'll probably be hotter. Not looking forward to that. We'll have Jace Pratt in the booth making his ESPN color debut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mark Campanero decided he'd let Jace do it this year, so that's some exciting stuff. 1-1 count to Dylan Carroll. There's a little change piece right there from Dom. This is low 2-1. Fouls it back, 2-2. This Mojo team, already they kind of seem defeated, as that is a strike 3 swinging for Dominic DeMuro. There's not much chatter back there.
Well, you know, getting shut out in game 1 like that, it's
not a great feeling.
It can't be good for morale.
Yeah. Part of the reason the Aces won, that was Morgan Granich stepping in now. One of the toughest outs in the league.
You can say that about a lot of aces.
Yeah. If we had a stat on exit velo, you'd probably have the highest average exit velo in the league over the last 5 weeks. Every ball he hits seems like it's in the hundreds, if not higher. 2-1. 3-1 count.
Another guy who seems to hit really hard consistently like that is Brock Playhouse.
Yeah.
Granted, he's never here, but
yeah. We'll see if he's here Monday, as that will be a 5-pitch walk to Morgan Granich. Now Moses Valdez steps in. Moses, his average is at 367 now. First time this year he hasn't led the league in RBIs, but he's 1 RBI behind Morgan Granich with 36, and he has those 9 home runs to go along with it. Another big thing about this Aces team is they do not strike out very often. Moses Valdez only has 9 strikeouts on the year, so anything under 10 is just very impressive. I think there's only 10 hitters in the league that are below 10 strikeouts. And on the other side of things, there are only 8 players above 25. You want to guess how many Nighthawks are on that list?
Well, if I wasn't talking to a guy on the team, I don't know, 3.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have 4-pitch walk, and now the bases are loaded for the leadoff hitter, Aaron Schofield. So some trouble here early for the Mojo. They're trying to avoid a potential sweep, trying to even the series here in Game 2. They got to get Game 2 win before they can start thinking about a series win, of course. After the loss in Game 1, they're back to 500 at 11-11.
I have to say, Moses has by far my favorite walk-up song. It's so great.
That ball is fouled out of play, just underneath it. 0-1. Looks like every pitch Aaron swings at, he's trying to go deep. Swinging there. 0-2. Yeah, we say from the booth that Peter McNeil's Fruit Salad Yummy Yummy might be the top song, and I might have to agree.
I mean, that one's definitely more iconic, you know, but
you're probably not bopping to Fruit Salad that often, though. Probably only Wiffle Ball. And there's Aaron Schofield with the signature foul ball down the left field line. He has one almost every at bat. Gotta wonder how many balls in play to have it. He slowed down his swing a little bit. I don't think he's interested in that.
Well, it is getting a little breezy going that direction, so that might be having an effect on it.
Aaron Schofield picked up that bat. He was quick to check the gun there. Threw the bat, looked back, and picked it right back up. So 1-2 count. Fouls it off, stays alive. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. 3 foul balls already for Aaron Schofield. Gotta say, Aaron Schofield's got some nice chain game right now.
When doesn't he?
Outside, 2-2. The fast heater at 62. Just low now, full count. So the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up in this Long at bat for Aaron Schofield. And that ball's fouled off again. Of course, he has to hit that tree.
I wonder how many times he's hit that tree.
A lot. 9th pitch of the at-bat. Got him. Strike 3. And Dominic DeMiro gets out of a 10-pitch at-bat, getting Aaron Schofield there. So 2 outs now here in the top of the 2nd. But it's not over yet. Dylan Carroll will step in. Struck out in his last plate appearance.
Yeah, I mean, a strikeout definitely isn't what he was hoping for there, but, you know, if you can drive up the pitch count like that, especially with their ace, I mean, that helps you.
Yeah, Dominic DeMiro's already up to 31 pitches. Just late on that. He'll foul it back, 2-1. Three and 1 count now to Dylan Carroll. See if Dominic DeMiro challenges him here. Right down the middle, full count. Base is loaded, 2 outs, top of the 1st. Something's got to give here. Got him, strike 3. And Dominic DeMiro battles back after bases loaded jam. We head to the bottom of the 1st. Score remains 0-0. Looking at Moses Valdez, he is back in after an excellent game 1. His ERA is down to 3.54. He's got 42 K. That's top 5 in the league right now. Down from his career ERA of 3.97, so always been a solid pitcher. He's getting better as the years go on. Dominic DeMiro will lead it off. 1-0 count. That ball is hit hard, and that's out of here. Dominic DeMiro out of the foul pole, and the Mojo get a quick 1-0 lead. That ball was destroyed. For a second, I didn't think it had a chance. I thought it was tailing so hard, but if he hit it so hard, it didn't have enough time to curve. Looking at the replay there.
Man, that was almost foul.
Houston Smuts fights off pitch 1 for a foul ball, 0-1. 1-1. Just inside 3-1 count. Behind that right there, 57 evens or makes it full count now. That ball is hit straight into the air, looks to be playable, and no one can make the play. He's going 2. He's going 3. That's going to be an interesting one to score. And yeah, unfortunately I can't score that as a triple, but.
Oh yeah.
But he is on 3rd with the double error. Austin Whitehouse fouls it out of play, 0-1. Nice pitch right there. 1-2 count. Austin Whitehouse after the single in game 1, he has his average up to 179. Hits him there. Full count. So Moses Valdez has already thrown 13 pitches without recording an out.
Yeah, it's tough after having a home run and then a, unfortunate triple.
Yeah. Yeah, your team's definitely not helping you out with that triple. Fouled out of play.
Hit the radar again.
7th pitch of this at bat. Got him. Strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Now Carson will step in with a runner at third, 45 feet away, looking for his first. He's had a career hit 2 years ago, but first hit in 2024. Ball 1. A little late on that one. 2-1. Inside of the zone, 2-2. As they reload on balls here.
How often do you get new balls? Because it seems like we go through them a lot.
Yeah, I just got some more balls. I'm trying to get through this week before we open up a new pack, but maybe if they keep complaining, I'll bring out a few. That ball is going back. Morgan Granch will make the play and score the runner at third base. So a nice sac fly there from the rookie. It's not a hit, but first RBI of 2024.
Yeah, it definitely had some carry to it, but Morgan with a good play out there, and obviously don't want to give up the 1 run, but I guess they'll take that over a 2-run home run.
Very true. Dominic DeMuro steps in after that screamer of a home run. Dominic DeMuro now up to 7 home runs, 368 average, and that ball is fair, and he's on with his single. He touched it in fair territory. So after a little bit of deliberation there, ball gets past the line and then he hits it after. He thought he touched it before it went out. Thought he could be a little sneaky there. Houston Schmutz steps in with 2 outs, runner on first. That's a hard hit ball down the line. Aaron Schofield gets the ball. And for a second, Dominic DeMuro looked like he was trying to truck to third, but he holds there. Nice hard hit single there from Houston Schmutz. Now Austin Whitehouse will step in, looks at a first pitch strike, 0-1.
Yeah, Aaron Schofield's not exactly the guy you wanna try for extra bases.
Yeah. Yeah, they learned that the hard way. Austin Whitehouse 1-2 count. It's that back foot 2-2. Just low now, full count. That ball is hit foul. It looked like it was about to hit him, but keeps the at-bat alive. That ball is in play, drops, and he's safe at first, and a run comes in. So each batter will get to move 1 base after the overthrow there.
Yeah, a bit of a collision there at first, but looks like everyone's okay.
Yeah, always a little scary there after the overthrow, and that's one of those tough plays that kind of hit in no man's land. And it looks like they're going to swap out Moses Valdez here early, and they do this from time to time. If he can't get out of the first inning, he just passes it over to Dylan Carroll. So that looks like he'll be done here in game number 2. He still has 2 a third innings of eligibility left. Dylan Carroll will come in trying to switch it up for the Aces.
Yeah, they could have him back in last 2 innings of Game 3. They do that from time to time, but we'll see.
And looking at his ERA, he's got a winning record, 4-3, 5.56 ERA, 20 Ks. So the K number's pretty high for a guy as a number 2. ERA is a bit higher than you'd like it to, but when you're on this Aces team, 5 ERA is kind of all you need. They got their work cut out for them right now, though. Down 3-0 here. Game number 1 in the first inning. Just getting some pitches in. He's ready to go here. Carson will step in. Carson Corcoran will step in with runners on second and third. So another big RBI opportunity in his debut. That is inside, ball 1. As you can see, you know, it's with this Aces team that's just as far as Moses Valdez can go. That's how far they'll get in the postseason, it looks like, because when he's on, they're winning games, but when he's not, you know, it's a tough spot for this Aces lineup.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how much they struggled last year when they were without him for, 6 weeks or whatever it was. And
yeah.
Ultimately what brought him from first place at, 8-1 or whatever their starting record was down to the 5th seed, I think. So
with that walk, Dylan Carroll loads the bases up once again. Now Dominic DeMiro steps in, 2 for 2 here in game number 2. Home run and a single, another big opportunity here for the Mojo. Looks at a ball 1. It's very windy out there, as you can see by the flag. It's kind of all over the place. Looks like it's carrying out to left field, which is not a good sign if you're a pitcher facing a power right bat.
No.
That ball is popped up and caught for the out. So Dylan Carroll gets out of the jam, and Moses Valdez loves to see that. We head to the top of the second. 3-0 is the score. All set to start the top of the second inning. Morgan Granch will lead it off. Walked in his first plate appearance in game number 2. Still climbing the home run leaderboard after that home run in game number 1. He's up to 13. He'll face Dominic DeMiro, who did well to get out of a bases loaded jam in the first inning. It is very windy out there. Does not go. 2-0.
It's funny because it was so calm all day.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden.
It's a little chilly, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, it's 69 right now, so.
A wind chill.
Yeah, and in the shade too. Who knows?
Just missed that ephus right there. 2-1 count. Just outside, 3-1. Outside, and Morgan Granch will advance for a walk for the second time today. Moses Valdez steps up, and Dominic DeMiro's having a little bit of issues here today with the walk. His 4th walk of the day. He's already thrown 41 pitches. 2-0.
Well, and especially with the wind, I'd imagine that plays a factor somewhat. Just considering how light the balls are.
3-0 count to Moses Valdez. So Dominic DeMiro having a little bit of accuracy issues here. So that's a strike right there to Moses Valdez. Looking at this Mojo team, they really need Dominic to come through because most likely at this point, Austin Whitehouse will be the Game 3 starter. So that walks Moses Valdez. They don't have Tommy Tickets. He's out due to injury. They don't have Trevor May, who's traveling. Although he does say he will be back for Week 9 and Week 10 games for this Mojo team as they try and improve their standings for the playoff seeding.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, though, they've managed to.
There's Aaron Schofield and his fave tree. We'll see if he hits it. I'm guessing he will. 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, the Mojo, they've managed to stay competitive, though. You know, they're sitting at 500 right now, but.
That ball is going back, and that is out of here. Aaron Schofield, 3-run home run, ties the game. And it was only a matter of time before Aaron Schofield got one out. That curved right around the foul pole line. And with that, Aaron Schofield ties his teammate Morgan Granich with 13 home runs. He's up to the same RBI total, 37 RBIs. That ball is going back, and Dylan Carroll has just hit double-digit home runs. And this Aces team is starting to turn it around here. 4-3 now the score. Wow. And they're going to sub out Dominic here for Austin Whitehouse. So both starting pitchers get roughed up in one of the innings. They sub in Austin Whitehouse, who hasn't had too much work. This is going to be his first pitching of 2024. Had some difficulty early on in his career, but he was a PO in college, so he's got kind of the makeup for it. If you're looking at his pitching stats, he's got a career 6.69 ERA with 20 Ks and a 3 whip, which is, you know, pretty high, but it's only 11.2 innings of work, so he's got time to improve it.
I mean, this Mojo team, they have quite a few guys who were very talented baseball pitchers between, you know, Dominic at University of Hawaii, and then, of course, Austin being a good college pitcher, and obviously Trevor May. I mean, I think his resume speaks for itself, but
not great at wiffle ball pitching, but it's getting there. Ball one to Morgan Granich.
But it's a different game.
Hits him there, and you know, it's just going to be a matter of if Austin can kind of find that zone early.
I mean, I was a fairly good starting pitcher, like in, you know, high school, whatever else, but then I come out here and try to pitch, and I just can't do it. I can't find
definitely
the zone.
A lot of it has to do with just aiming points. You know, when the pitcher steps to the mound, he's usually picking a spot behind the batter if they're a righty batter. And right now it kind of looks like Austin's just kind of throwing fastballs right down the middle, which, so he gets a strike right there. So if you can start to find the zone, you know, stuff can happen. If you start loading the bases, though, via the walk, it's definitely tough to overcome. Houston Schmutz cannot pitch. He's got a bad arm, bad shoulder. So if this doesn't work out well for Austin Whitehouse, they might have to turn to the rookie, Carson Corcoran. Aaron Schofield will step in 1 for 2 after that home run an inning ago, and that is, did it hit his tree? No, just a little foul more, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is not a team you want to have pitching troubles against.
That's a nice pitch right there, 0-2. Slider just misses 1 and 2. And this Aces team, if they can tack on 2 more runs, they could end this inning via a inning cap. The rule is 6 innings in the first 2 innings of play.
6 runs.
6 runs. 2-2 count. Lays off of it. It'll be full count now to Aaron Schofield. Trying to tack on some more runs. Does not go, and that will be a walk to load the bases. So the Mojo in a bit of a jam here. Dylan Carroll steps in after hitting that 10th home run. He's hitting .370 now with 24 Ks. Or sorry, 24 RBIs. That ball will land low. It's also tough for these fielders who, you know, if there's a lot of walks, they kind of get lulled a bit.
Yeah, it can definitely cause you to zone out.
Hits him there for ball 4, so a run comes in. And now they're just one run away from the inning cap. So if this isn't a strike or an out or a grand slam, it'll result in a 6-0 run scored here in the top of the second for the Aces. So Mojo got their work cut out for them. Austin Whitehouse's ERA right now, you want to guess what it is? He does go there.
It's like 6, isn't it?
Well, it was, but
or his
this
career.
year, infinity.
Yeah, I guess. Guess it would be. Or is it 0?
Right down the middle, 1 and 2. Hey, yeah, it's a 0 until he gets an out. Fouls it off, so he'll remain alive. Goes off of his hand there. Little medical timeout.
Yeah, it's got to sting.
So 1 and 2 count here. That's in play. He'll get the out, but a run will come in to score, and that will cap the inning at 6 runs for the Aces. We head to the bottom of the second. Aces come roaring back. 6-3 is the score. So Houston Schmutz will lead it off. This Mojo team just needs to do what they did an inning ago, and that's score 3 more runs. They are the home team here in game number 2, so they do have an opportunity. They don't need to get all of it back just here. They'll look at 2 balls.
Although it wouldn't hurt.
3-0. That'll be a 4-pitch walk, so both pitchers having a little difficulty with walking batters here. That's sometimes what you'll get if, you know, the Aces are out.
Well, you know, they can always turn to Morgan Greenwich, too. He's been pretty solid on the mound for the most part.
Ball 1. 2-0. That'll be 7 straight balls to begin the inning, so definitely not what the Aces had in mind. Start off this bottom of the second strong. That ball is hit, and Aaron Schofield almost makes the play.
Within inches.
Yeah, it's always sus watching these guys run over in foul territory with all these trees everywhere.
I guess we need to get more pads.
Yeah, especially when Aaron's out there. That ball is hit in play and caught for the out. So that'll be the first out of the inning. for Austin Whitehouse and the Mojo. Carson Kokorin steps in with a first pitch strike. And it hits him. 1-1. That was a great time for your first career hit. He's already got his first career RBI. Does not go, so 3-1. Swinging right there, full count. Does not go, and he will get aboard via the walk. So now Dominic DeMiro steps in, the would-be tying run with runners on first and second. 1 out.
He's really been doing a great job of, being patient, laying off pitches that, look like maybe you could hit him, but just saying, I don't think that's gonna work for me. So.
They just want to keep getting on base any way they can, and if that comes via the walk, so be it. 1-1 count after a nice pitch from Dylan Carroll. That ball's in play over the head. Aaron Schofield can't make the play.
Ooh.
He moved the base there. Well, that is a single right there. Aaron Schofield was trying to turn 2 before he even had that ball. So now Houston Schmutz will step in once again with 2 singles here in game 2. That average is up to 333 now with 26 RBIs. Big opportunity here for some RBIs. Ball 1. Fouls it back, 1-1. That is in play. That's a fair ball. He'll throw home. So a great play there to get the lead runner and prevent a score. 2 outs now in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, definitely not ideal to have the bases loaded, but having 2 outs in that situation definitely puts you at ease a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely, as funny as it sounds, it's definitely easier to field when the bases are loaded because you can go home, which is, if it's hit right to the pitcher, it's the easiest play to make on the field.
Yeah.
2-1 count to Austin Whitehouse, who's 1 for 3 here in game 2.
Or you can go to any base that's close to you, whatever.
3-1 count. And that will walk in a run, so the Mojo get 1 back. And now Carson steps in again after walking in his last plate appearance. He's technically 0 for 0 because he's got a sac fly and 2 walks here in game number 2.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
0 for 0, even though he's obviously had a pretty good impact here so far.
First pitch right down the middle, and they're going to hope that Carson can get on here and get their star player Dominic DeMiro to the plate, but an 0-2 count makes it tough. Got him, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Mojo get 1 back, but they still got some work to do. Aces lead at 6-4. Moses Valdez will lead it off. Austin Whitehouse still on the mound, trying to have a little bit of a bounce-back inning. He starts very well with a foul there from Moses Valdez. Unfortunately, they reached the inning cap, and it looks like Austin's a little bit more dialed in, 0-2. Fouls out of play, so 3 straight foul balls to begin the at-bat. Got him, strike 3. So a great start right there for Austin Whitehouse. Gets Moses Valdez to chase there for his first strikeout in 2024. Now Aaron Schofield steps in.
Moses is not an easy guy to strike out, so that's going to feel good for Austin Whitehouse.
Right down the middle right there. 1-1. Looks like he's just going to have to pound it in the zone. So that's fouled off of Aaron Schofield's foot. So 2-2 count. Got him, strike. 3. And it's, I guess, a no pitch there, 2-2. Just low, full count. And there it is, hits his tree. It's a matter of time. Look at the 7th pitch of these at bat. 8th pitch.
Yeah, he is a fighter at the plate, that's for sure.
Does not go, and he gets a walk after a marathon at bat. Nice job there from the team captain. And now Dylan Carroll will step in, who's quietly put himself towards the top of the Rookie of the Year candidate. A lot of times the Rookie of the Year pitches and hits. Dylan hitting very well. Pitching's coming a little bit slower, like most players when they make their debut in the AWA. 1-1. Two and one.
I mean, if you think about it, there's really only...
In play to Carson. He can't make the play. And Aaron Schofield will advance all the way to third.
No surprise there with wheels like he's got.
Morgan Granich now steps in. Another big opportunity here for Morgan Granich and the Aces, runners in scoring position. So far he's walked 3 times and had a ground out here in game number 2. Swinging at the slider there, 1-1. Does not go. 2-1. Down the middle, 2-2 count. Just low, full count now. To Morgan Granich. He's aboard via the walk, so base is loaded, 1 out, and Moses Valdez will step right back in. After a promising start for Austin Whitehouse, he's managed to load the bases.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for him after thinking he struck out Schofield for a second there and then, you know, have that turn into bases loaded.
It's always tough. 0-1 or 1-0 count. Does go there, 1-1. For sure you went. I guarantee you went.
I'll look.
Yeah. 1-1 count. Two and 1 count now to Moses Valdez. Runners on first, second, and third here in the top of the 3rd inning. Aces lead at 6-4. 1 out. And this Mojo team's just trying to get through game number 2 with as little runs as possible. 2-2 count. And that's a no pitch on the gun. Looked like it was coming a little hot, and unfortunately that's the second would-be strikeout for Austin Whitehouse if he didn't hit the speed cap. That is in play, and no one can make the play. That's an RBI single for Moses Valdez. I don't know if it's positioning or what, but that ball
not
was
the
hit.
prettiest hit, but, you know, keep the bases loaded, get a run scored.
Usually when you hit it right there, there's at least someone to get the ball to there, but nonetheless, the inning continues.
Looks like it took a weird bounce, too, when it hit that mole mound right there.
That's true. There's a lot of mole hills. 2-0. That ball is hit very foul down the left field line. 2-1.
Would have been a home run.
Yeah. And they got this Mojo team's got to figure out something now. 7-4. 3-1 count. Because there is no inning cap in the third. And this Aces team has been known to put up quite a few runs against below average pitching. And Aaron Schofield will walk in another run, 8-4. So trying to figure out what to do here. Doesn't look like anyone on the Mojo team's getting ready to come in.
Yeah, looking a little defeated out there.
1-1 count to Dylan Carroll. 2 for 4 with a home run and a single. He also has 2 Ks to his name as that is popped out of play. No play on the ball there for Austin Whitehouse. Gets to 1-2 count. As Dylan will go retrieve some balls as we are very low on ball supply. Wiffle Ball send us some balls. Does not go, so it evens the count 2-2. Just fouls it off, so it'll remain 2-2 count.
And a very good boy, golden retriever looking dog has entered the field.
Fouls it off again. The 4th foul ball of this at bat remains 2-2. Just high will go to full count. The 8th pitch of this at bat, Austin Whitehouse has had some long ABs here in his 2024 pitching debut. That ball is going back, and that is a grand slam for Dylan Carroll. His 11th home run of the year. And this Aces team is piling it on 12-4.
And still with only 1 out. That's certainly not the best situation for the Mojo.
Not great.
But this is a crazy league where anything can happen. So
12-4 is the score. So now Morgan Granch will step in again. He's got some sort of wrap on his arm after injuring it in a prior at bat, and after that he hasn't gotten a hit. He's walked 4 times though. Looks like he's re-wrapping it or taking it off, so we'll see if that changes anything here.
it just showed the dog. I'm sad I missed it.
2-0 count to Morgan Granich. Not many players have been able to walk 5 times in a game. Right now, Morgan is on pace for that.
Not in a series, but just in one game.
Might be a record. 3-1. And there it is, 5 walks in a single game for Morgan Granich.
Impressive.
Moses Valdez steps in, who's got 3 to his name as well, and a single. And it seemed like it was just yesterday that he struck out for the first out of this inning.
Yeah.
That was probably about 15 minutes ago. This marathon of an inning.
Still just 1 out.
1-1. That ball is in play. Dominic DeMuro can't make the play, gets past his hands, and Morgan Granich is moving to third. So almost a nice play there from Dominic DeMuro. And like we were saying, it's always tough for the fielders after kind of a long lull.
Yeah, that great effort by Dominic there, but yeah, that's tough.
In play, and there's no one to cover first, and another run will score. Aaron Schofield gets in with a stand-up double. So they keep piling it on, 13-4. Swinging there, strike 1. 0-2.
Almost kills the commissioner there.
I was ready. 0-2 count to Dylan Carroll after 4 straight strikes. Got him, strike 3. So that is a much needed strikeout for the second out of the inning.
Haven't heard that cash register in a while.
Yeah. Morgan Granich will lead it off. Something going on with his left wrist. Looks at a strike right there. Could he get on with the 6th walk? Well, he's 0-2, so it might be a little more difficult now. 1-2 count. Fouls it back. Remains 1-2. It's a no pitch. And unfortunately for Austin, he's had 3 of those so far in this inning. Likely would have changed the trajectory of this game if those pitches just were 1 or 2 miles per hour slower.
Oh, most definitely.
Fouls it out of play, 1-2.
I mean, they certainly wouldn't have 13 runs right now, so.
It's his hand there. 2-2 count. So a big opportunity here for this Mojo team to try and get out of this marathon of an inning. This game's already at 50 minutes. After the quick game 1. Fouls it off.
We had to make up for it in this one.
8th pitch of this at-bat. Inside, full count. 9th pitch. That is in play to Dominic DeMuro. Can't come up with it. 1 run comes in. Dom's coming home, and he's safe. He just beat the throw. So a single there. And Morgan Granich will advance to second. So that's tough. 15-4 now the score. And that's in play to Dominic DeMuro, and he's not going to have a play. So they're starting to pile on runs. Interesting positioning there from Dominic DeMuro. He's very far back. So that any grounders down the third base line, he's got no chance. All right, strike 1. We'll give you a strike. Love the honesty. Well, yeah, I guess secondary honesty until he was called out. Look.
Hey, it's better late than never.
He was looking around like, what? 2-1 count. 3-1 count. I'm hoping something happens here. That is in play to Carson, and he can't make the play. Would have been a for sure out. And this inning continues. Gotta have that.
Having a really tough time keeping possession of the ball. You know, I mean,
that's in play, and that will be an out. So they get out of the inning, and one of the longer innings in AWA history. Aces tack on 9 runs, and we head to the bottom of the third. Mojo need to 11 to tie, 12 to walk it off. Good luck. So here's Dylan Carroll trying to close it out. 15-4 is the score. And I don't want to jinx anything, but this is as safe as it gets to close out a game. I mean, you don't get to say that's a foul ball. But a win will be under Dylan Carroll's belt. So, reset there. Dominic DeMiro's actually up. I caught it before it resulted in anything. Oh, he caught it for sure.
would have been my debut booth catch.
1-1 count here to Dom DeMiro as he reloads on balls. So Dominic Miro looks at 1-1, swings at a high pitch right there, so it'll be 1-2 count. Two. Just outside, so full count to Dominic DeMiro here in the bottom of the third inning. One of the longer games you'll see in the AWA, and that's this Mojo MO as Dominic DeMiro will foul it off. The longest games usually consist of the Mojo. Both these teams were expansion teams 2 years ago. Dominic DeMiro came from the Central Cyclones after winning a World Series in 2021 with them. So he'll get on with a walk. Now Houston Schmutz, who's had the most success on this Mojo team hitting the ball here today, he's 2 for 3 here in game number 2.
So I wonder why that is, why they seem to always be involved in the really long games.
You know, kind of the aces too, so maybe it's just, I think what it has to do is just extremely patient batting. Like, they are not afraid to walk 30 times an inning. Some teams will just kind of swing no matter what, just to kind of get the game going. Yeah, that's some ideas, Nighthawks, Stingers, or some ideas. But both these teams, Aces, Mojos, they are content on being on offense for 3 hours. Just like that, Houston Schmutz walks again. This game might set the record for most walks in a game. And we still have another game coming up, so Dominic DeMuro said on the throw home he's really messed up his shoulder, so if he's not good to go for at least an inning or two, hopefully Austin Whitehouse right here on the plate can figure it out.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they had, I mean, they have, you know, Tommy Tickets, obviously, with his arm problems now, but Alex Hatch, who's out here today, really pretty solid too on the mound, so yeah, they're definitely missing him right now.
Yeah, and he might be their one right now. He's got a 3 ERA, and unfortunately just availability, he just hasn't been able to make it, but when he's pitching, he's been pitching very well. He's got a nice screwball, so it's almost like their 1, 3, and 4 pitching options are not here today. Just not what you want to see when you're trying to take down the league-leading Atlantic Aces. But, you know, they've walked the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third, so, you know, maybe it's time to bring in, you know, Morgan Granich, someone, I don't know. And the arm that he hurt is his left, Morgan Granich, that is, so if he might be able to go in and throw some of those knuckleballers. Usually he's that Game 3 starter.
Who knows, though, with his, seems to be having some wrist problems, which I guess it's his left wrist, but still.
2-0 count to Carson. 3-0, and this game is taking a while. Some quality wiffle ball. Not many walks, just strikeouts and dingers. That's what we've seen. 3-1. And that will walk in a run. So good news for the Mojo. They are now within 10.
Well.
So, you know, weird things have happened.
That's almost single digits.
Yeah. Yeah, this Mojo team, like I was saying, both of these teams, they do not give up. There was a game the Aces played about 2 weeks ago against the Central Cyclones. They did ultimately win that game, but they were up probably 6 or 7 runs. And that hit right there, 1-1, they were able to unfortunately give up 8 runs to tie the game. So nothing to this extent, 11 runs, but they are prone to letting teams back into it. Dominic DeMuro looks at a ball inside, 2-1 count, 3-1, and you got to wonder if any other Aces are trying to warm up or do something. Moses can't go back into this game, but he can start Game 3. Aaron Schofield over at third hasn't pitched in a while as he walks Dominic DeMuro. Aaron Schofield, unfortunately, has the highest.
You can't come back in. No. I got yelled at that one time. Yeah. After that, because both teams did.
So clarification of the rules there. Just like in MLB, you can't come back in after you take yourself out. Houston Schmutz steps in. 1-0. (15-6) is the score, so they are now within 9, so single digits. Fouls it back, so that's got to feel good there for Dylan Carroll. Battles back now, 2-2. So maybe that potential of trying to sub him out kind of locked him in a little bit.
I mean, I guess you can throw Aaron in there, but like you were about to say, he has With the highest ERA or something.
Highest career ERA in the league. He's sitting at, you ready for it? 16.88.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's up there.
Among qualified starters, I'll say. You know, there's some guys that come in and, you know, pitch 1 inning.
Yeah.
Give up, you know, 6 runs.
Plus, I guess you hate to lose him as a fielder as well, which, you know, kind of speed he has.
2-2 count here in the bottom of the third. No outs still for this Atlantic Aces team trying to close it out in this marathon of a game that just passed the hour mark. Full count. And that'll walk in another run. 15-7.
With our luck, this will go into extra innings somehow.
Don't say that. So now within 8.
But since I just said it, it probably won't happen because, you know, announcer jinx.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that only applies to, like, good things. Because that's in play. Dylan Carroll can't make the play, and another run will score. So the first ball we've had in play for a while. And the Mojo get another run. So it's 8-15 right now. Carson will step in, looks at ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. And it looks like Aaron and Morgan are kind of chatting with each other. You know, should one of us come in? Morgan's still kind of messing with his left arm. I'm sure that has some impact. That nicks the bottom of the zone. 3-1. Swinging on what would be ball 4. Full count now. He lets it drop low, so now the score is 15-9 here in the bottom of the third. And they're having a chat out there.
Instead of a mound visit, they're having a second base visit.
Yeah, at what point do you bring someone else in? I mean, if Dylan just doesn't have it, you don't want to leave him out there. He's already up to 81 pitches, and he didn't even pitch the majority of the first inning. That ball's in play to Aaron Schofield. He has no play, and he's in with a single. So it looked like Aaron Schofield had a lot of options there. He didn't make the throw. And now the Mojo are within 5 runs, no outs, and the tying run is on deck.
Yeah, I figured he would have tried to tag out Austin Whitehouse when he just passed right in front of him, but yeah, it's a tough break there.
1-1 count to Houston Schmutz, trying to get a lot closer with one swing of the bat there as he reaches on a slider outside. 2-1 count. 3-1 count. And Dylan is just not having it today, unfortunately, and that will score another run, and now the Mojo are down 4. The tying run comes to the plate. Aaron Schofield moving his arm around, and still there's no pitching change.
Interesting turn of events here.
Dylan Carroll might set the record for most pitches in a game. Austin Whitehouse swings there, 1-1. That ball is hit deep and caught for the out. Carson thinks about going and he'll stay. So a much needed out number 1 for this Aces squad. Now Carson will step to the plate with the bases loaded, tying run at the plate. Dominic DeMuro on deck. Best offensive hope for this Mojo team. Thinks about it, but does not go. Ball 1. And he catches it. 1-1.
Proud of myself for that.
Inside, 2-1. You know, this Mojo team, they, just like the Aces, you know, they're perfectly content with just keeping this roundabout going.
Yeah.
That ball is fouled out of play on top of the press box, 2-2.
Well, especially since next hitter
just misses.
Dominic DeMuro looks like, so.
Yeah. Inside, and that will walk in another run. 12-15 now. The go-ahead run steps to the plate in the form of Dominic DeMuro, who's already having a very nice day here in game number 2. 4 for 5. He does have that home run, and a home run here would end the game.
Earlier in the game, or early in this inning, Dominic did say comeback season, so.
Ball 1.
Who knows? Or comeback kids.
Yeah. 2-0 count. You'd think at this point they'd at least try to put a different person in. There's no movement in this Aces lineup. 3-0. Swinging there. Dylan Carroll didn't want to give him something hanging over the heart of the plate there, so we'll go to 3-1.
You can tell Dominic wanted that one.
That is in play. Aaron Schofield, he did not tag the runner, and everyone is safe.
Yeah, it didn't look like it.
Yeah, he was off by a little bit there, so that'll be a error there on Aaron Schofield. He had the out. He was trying. He's cost himself today because he's had 2 opportunities to get an out, and he's always trying to go 2. That ball is low, so the Mojo are now within 2 runs. That is in play, right back to Aaron Schofield. This time he will get the out, but a run does come in to score. So a fielder's choice right there. So 2 outs, and the Mojo are within 1. So Austin Whitehouse steps in with 2 outs, the bottom of the 3rd. Mojo down 1 run. Swinging there, 0-1. This marathon of a game.
Down to 1 run. 2 outs. Man, it doesn't get much tighter than this.
Well, worst case, they tie it up and we continue this. Fouls it off, 0-2 now to Austin Whitehouse. Would have been 2 balls, but he definitely wants to get it in play. Does not go. 1-2. Lays off of it, 2-2, evens the count. Dylan does have a base open at 3rd. Austin's 2 for 5 here in game number 2. Got him, strike 3, and the Mojo, after staging an impressive comeback, fall short 1 run, and that'll do it for game 2. We will be back shortly with game 3 after that marathon game. So we're going to send it down to Molly Foley, who has Dylan Carroll.
The Ballers, what a crazy game 2, and possibly one of our longest in AWA history. I'm joined now with Dylan Carroll, one of our reliever pitchers on the Aces. Dylan, walk us through that second game.
I don't know. I just couldn't throw strikes, and they just wouldn't swing.
Yeah, the Mojo definitely kept things competitive, coming back nearly from being down, I believe, 14 runs? 10
runs, something like
double-digit runs. So, Dylan, the Aces managed to come out on top. How are you guys going to keep that momentum into Game 3?
Probably pitching better, and just keep hitting the way we have been. It's been working, so.
Awesome, Dylan. Good luck, and wishing the Aces a competitive and possibly shorter Game 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll send it back up to Jack to walk us through our starting lineup and get us started for Game 3.
John Cena. There we go. That's a good one.
Probably Julio.
Ryan Reynolds.
Tom Segura.
Ariana Grande.
There we go.
Post Malone.
Joe Rogan.
Ooh, Marshawn Lynch.
Juan Soto.
Okay.
Pollock Beth.
Ryan Reynolds. I feel like Seth Rogen or someone would be fun to play with.
Rather win a World Series or MVP?
World Series.
World Series.
World Series.
World Series.
MVP.
That's good. First honest answer.
Morgan.
Yo!
So here we go. After that very exciting game, we are back for Game 3.
I don't know if I'd call it exciting, but
definitely long. A surprising turn of events. They actually go right back to Dylan Carroll after what happened in game number 2. Moses Valdez has 2 1/3 inning of eligibility, so if Dylan Carroll can get 2 outs here, that's all they're asking from him.
I imagine that's what they're doing, yeah.
As opposed to Dominic DeMiro, who has 2 innings of eligibility and gets on with a walk. So right back where we started, game number 2. Houston Schmutz will step in. This Mojo team trying to avoid the sweep, and they're going to try and get as many runs as they can against Dylan in the first inning. 2-2 count. One before. That is in play. A tough play for Aaron Schofield. He'll knock it down. And Houston Schmutz is there with a single. So they're starting off hot early for this Mojo offense, trying to avoid the sweep. Aces have cemented the most wins in this league. They're up to 15-8. Mojo fall one game below 500, 11-12. Austin Whitehouse steps in. Swinging there, 1-1. 1-2. Got him, strike 3 for the first out. So that is good to see for this Aces team. Carson Kokorin will step in. Dylan Carroll up to 14 pitches already. He threw 100 in game number 2, so that arm is noodly right now.
It's got to be.
3-0 count. Swinging at the high pitch right there, 3-1. Inside, and that will walk. The bases loaded, so definitely not something the Aces are not accustomed to after game 2.
Yeah, Dylan really having trouble finding the zone here, which I imagine as the night goes on and your arm gets more tired, that obviously gets more difficult, but I'd be interested to see if they turn to, you know, maybe Aaron or Morgan for the next, or I guess for the rest of the inning or whatever until Moses can come back.
Ball 1 to Dominic DeMiro. That ball is in play, and he got him for the out, but a run will score. Carson a little slow there to get to second.
Great defensive play by Moses. Got him just in the nick of time.
So now Houston Schmutz will step in. The Mojo do get the lead here, 1-0 early. And now Morgan Granich will come in. So Moses Valdez comes in, gets his 2 outs needed from Dylan Carroll. And that ball's in play, and another run will come in. So nice job right there from Houston Schmutz.
Rare bobble there by Aaron Schofield.
Yeah, and that is as weird as it sounds, it's not been his best fielding day.
No. Although it hasn't been a great fielding day for anybody.
Yeah. 1-1. Two and 1 count. 3-1. Swinging there, full count now to Austin Whitehouse. Just low, and the bases are loaded for the rookie. Still looking for that first career hit. But he has tacked on 4 RBIs.
I was going to say, it's hard to believe he hasn't had one with, you know, all the scoring that's happened today.
Yeah. Swinging there. 0-1. Nasty pitch, 0-2. Just low. Got him. Strike 3. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Mojo tack on 2. See what the Aces have offensively. So here we go. Bottom half of the first inning. Dominic DeMiro has 2 innings of eligibility, so he chooses to start the game, and it'll have to be on the shoulders of one of the Mojo players, presumptively Austin Whitehouse, to close this thing out. And both these teams are dealing with some injuries. Looks like Dominic's going to play through it. As you saw, as their number 2 guy just was not getting it done. Aaron Schofield looks at a high ball for ball 1.
Yeah, he was telling us he's having some shoulder pain.
Well, throw home, that'll happen as that ball is just foul. Curving. 1 and 2.
And of course, Morgan Granich with the wrist issue.
A lot of issues.
We're doing great.
2-2 count to Aaron Schofield. Outside, so full count now to the leadoff hitter for the Aces. And there it is, hits the tree. Only a matter of time. That's in play to Austin Whitehouse, knocks it down, throws over to first for the out. What a play from Austin Whitehouse to get a much-needed first out of the game. And Austin Whitehouse is a very good defender for this Mojo team. Dylan Carroll steps in.
Yeah, it's not easy to beat a guy like Aaron on a grounder like that, especially over at third base.
And after games 1 and 2, Dylan's up to 380 with 11 home runs and 29 RBIs. And he hits that one straight up. Austin Whitehouse calls off his pitcher for the second out.
He's at it again.
So 2 quick outs there. And now Morgan Granich steps in. Morgan dealing with some wrist issues. After that home run in game 1, he injured his left wrist, and he's been a little quiet after that. Still has 40 RBIs, the second player this year to reach that 40 RBI total. And Mark Campanero sitting at 47 RBIs, so it'll be tough to get close to that here in game number 3, but definitely doable. That ball is going back, and that's a fair ball in play underneath the yellow line, so a long single there. We have that yellow line on the middle 2 trees, and if you hit it above that line, it is a home run, and that ball looked like it barely went underneath it.
Looked like it hit next to that camera there out in center field upon the replay.
Moses Valdez will step in. Moses Valdez up to 386 with 37 RBIs and 9 home runs. The only player playing here today on this Aces team that does not have double-digit home runs, which is an anomaly in the league. Two and 1 count.
And despite that, he's no slouch at the plate, that's for sure.
3-1 count here to Moses Valadez as he reload on balls here. Balls at an all-time low. Dominic DeMiro, his pitching, he's gotten it down to a 4.0 A's. Hopefully trying to get it under that 4 mark once again. Had a very excellent pitching performance last year, as that's right down the middle, full count now. Had a 2.8 ERA last season when he won the MVP. That's in play to Austin Whitehouse, and no one's there to cover first, so a little bit of miscommunication there. He's on with a single.
I'm not sure what Houston Schmutz was doing there, going over to second, but
I mean, it would have been a tough play regardless. Austin's one of those guys that can make it. Right down the middle, 0-1 to Aaron Schofield. That ball is fouled out of play, 0-2. Got him, strike 3 on the slow curve. We head to the top of the second. Mojo still have the lead 2-0. So Moses Valdez can pitch out this game for the Aces. He's down 2-0 right now. Top of the second inning. That ball is fouled straight back, 0-1. That ball is going back and caught for the out. Dylan Carroll, nice play over there to avoid the tree for the first out of the inning. Hung up just a little bit, just underneath it.
yeah, it looked like it had a chance for a moment, but died pretty quickly, and he was there to make a nice grab.
Houston Schmutz steps in 2 for 2 with 2 singles, really improving his average here in this game, up to 342 on the season. 2-0 count. Yeah. So 2-2 now. Two count here to Houston Schmutz. Does well to foul that back. It'll remain 2-2. Just low. He's worked a full count here against Moses Valdez, who's up to 19 pitches. That ball is popped straight up, does not hit the tree, and that is a high out for out number 2. Austin Whitehouse will step in 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout up to this point. Does not go 1-0. Fouls it straight back into the zone. 1-1. Swinging at that hard slider. 1-2. Bit high. Got him, strike 3. And that'll end the inning. A quick inning for Moses Valdez. We head to the bottom of the second. 2-0 remains the score. Getting ready to start the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 is the score. Dylan Carroll is up. He flew out in his first plate appearance here in game number 3. Ball 1. Swinging under that one, 1-1 count. Slider just misses high, 2-1. That ball is hit hard to Houston Smuts, who knocks it down, throws to the pitcher for the out. That's a nice defensive play there from Houston, and have the awareness to throw over to his pitcher, Dominic DeMiro, for the first out of the second inning.
Yeah, and nice effort by Dominic, too, just to help him out there on that deep grounder and get over there, cover first base, and get the out.
Morgan Granish will step in. He hit that single, missed a home run by a few feet in the last inning. Takes a slider inside, 1-0.
Yeah, you wouldn't know Dominic is having shoulder pain because he's still firing him in there pretty quick.
Yeah. 2-0 count. 3-0 count here to Dominic DeMiro as he reloads on balls, and not a bad idea to not give Morgan Granish anything he can take deep.
Man, because he will.
Morgan Granish sits at 13 home runs, good enough for third in the league, behind Mark Campanero and Zane Phillips of the Central Cyclones.
I mean, it's really no surprise. It's really no surprise that the Aces are in first when you have, you know, one of the best pitchers with Moses, one of the best fielders, Aaron, and then this lineup just stacked full of power hitters.
Morgan Granish takes ball 4 there on a pitch that he might have been able to take deep. He doesn't go. I think that left wrist is bothering him enough where he's not swinging at those pitches. Moses Valdez steps in, 1-for-1 with a single in his last plate appearance. That ball is in play, and that's a tough play to make. He will be safe at first. So back-to-back singles for Moses Valdez, and this inning continues. Aaron Schofield will step in, still looking for his first hit in game number 3. He's got a ground out and a strikeout.
Yeah, not the prettiest way to get on base, but I mean, hey, it works most times.
Fouled back, 0-1. That ball is destroyed, and he's had a few of those where
he hit
he's
a new tree.
Crushed it. He's just hitting trees on the left side of the field all night. Fouled back again. 3 straight foul balls for Aaron Schofield. He's looking to swing here. That ball is in play to Austin White. He'll step on third, try to go to first, and once again, Houston Schmutz is not covering. So a couple of...
I'm not sure what's going on here with Houston.
He keeps going over to second base. I mean, it would have been, once again, would have been a tough play.
But regardless, it's always good to get the lead runner at third, which they did. And now you have 2 outs, so a much more manageable situation for the Mojo.
Ball 1 to Dylan Carroll. Two 2-0. Just outside 3-0 count to the Aces rookie. That ball is going back, and it's destroyed. 3-run shot. Dylan Carroll and the Aces with 1 swing take the lead. It was a bit of a lob ball there from Dom DeMiro. And with that, Dylan Carroll has now hit 12 home runs to tie.
Oh, this makes things a little more interesting, doesn't it?
So 3-2 now.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that one.
And that sets up the Aces to be able to close it out in the top of the third. Morgan Grant looks at ball one. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk in game 3. Fouls it out of play, 1 and 2.
Washington State University.
Kelso, Squad High School,
Carroll, Jack Maplewood.
Oh, fouls it off, sorry. 1 and 2 count. A little bit of a technological issues there, but we're back. 1 and 2. In play to Dominic DeMiro, and he'll wait for it and can't make the play. So it was a tough play all around. Dominic chose to let it run out to make it a base hit, and then unfortunately it was a tough line there for Dominic DeMiro to make the play. And Moses Valdez now will step in. That ball is going back right over the hand of Austin Whitehouse. Morgan Granch is going 3. And Moses Valdez is in with a double.
And that was almost a great play by Austin Whitehouse with that stretch, but yeah, tough to make that grab.
Aaron Schofield looks at ball 1. Dominic DeMiro trying to get out of this inning. A hard hit ball. That's a fair ball. 1 run comes in. And Aaron Schofield gets all the way up to second. So the Aces get another run there on a hard hit single. First hit of the game.
It's a good base running by Moses there. Just being aggressive and taking his base.
Ball 1 to Dylan Carroll. That ball is hit hard right to Carson, and that will end the inning. But the Aces put on 4, and we head to the top of the third. Aces trying to close it out. Carson will lead it off here for the Mojo. They need 2 runs to keep this game alive. Turning on the lights here as it's getting pretty dark. Right down the middle, 0-1. Swinging there, 0-2. Bit high. Makes the count 1-2. Dominic DeMiro on deck. Would be the tying run here in game number 3.
Yeah, it's funny because you look up at the sky, it's still very bright, but all these trees.
In play to Aaron Schofield. Throw over to first. And that gets an extra base there. So a first career hit there for Carson. It comes in game 3. Nice job there. He'll get to second on the error from Aaron Schofield.
was a great effort by both Aaron and Dylan trying to make that happen, but just a little bit high on the throw. Not much you can do about that.
Dominic DeMiro looks at a ball inside, 1-0. That's in play down the line, and Carson's coming in to score. So Dominic DeMiro with an RBI single to bring the Mojo within 1.
Yeah, I think Aaron makes the right choice there to not throw home, and I mean, he's going to get there anyways and
don't want
not risk
mess up that. That's a hard hit ball in the middle. Dominic DeMiro's trucking for third. And Aaron brings it in himself. So back-to-back hard hit singles for this Mojo team. They got something going here. This team does not quit. Austin Whitehouse steps in. Oh.
Yeah, that left center gap is dangerous.
Fouled out of play, 2-1. Still no outs here in the top of the third inning. Swinging there, evens the count, 2-2. Nasty pitch right there at 58 for the first out of the inning. Now Carson Kokorin will step in, fresh off his first career hit.
Yeah, that's tough. Get pitches like those with a lot of the movement, just paint the corner.
It's very deceptive. I mean, the release, it's so far on the outside of a right-handed batter that the pitch just comes right across.
Especially with a guy like Moses who, you know, throws so far outside.
3-0 count. Moses does have an empty bag out there at second base. But Dominic DeMiro waiting on deck, having a very good game up to this point. Hits the top of the zone, 3-1 count. Swinging there, full count.
That was much needed strike there for Moses. Get that first one. Get a little momentum back on his side.
Got him, strike. Okay, we'll go back, 62 on the gun. So we no pitch there, so full count. There it is, right down the middle.
And it won't matter anyways.
2 outs. So now Dominic DeMiro steps in, last chance for this Mojo team. Tying run 45 feet away at third base.
Yeah, last chance for the Mojo here to avoid a sweep today.
Just inside, 1-0. Houston Schmutz waits on deck. Nice pitch right there, 1-1. That ball is popped up and caught for the out, and the Aces complete the sweep. They take all 3. And that'll do it here from Edmonds, Washington. We'll be back for the final game of Week 8 on Monday. Nighthawks Enforcers, and then it's off to Rock Hill, South Carolina for the 2024 AWA All-Star Game on ESPN2. That'll be it. Good night, everyone, and dingers or nothing.